All right, guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Rocco, and this is Enter the Fragrance. So we hit up a different rack store than we normally do, kind of out of my town, and I just wanted to peep in to see what they had. And they did have a fragrance my rack stores, my Burlingtons, my Rosses never have. So stay tuned. Got back from Burlington and we found a Gulf Orchid fragrance. And I've been wanting to try this one for quite a while. And this is Cherry Kokomo by Gulf Orchid. Yes, Gulf Orchid. I paid $29.99 for this fragrance. Now, based on the bottle, super interesting. Plus, I love cherry fragrances, so I really couldn't pass it up. And especially with the cherries and the marshmallow on the box. Now, the notes are listed on the back, so I have an idea of what this smells like. But we're gonna crack it open, spray it on skin, rank it 1 through 10. Oh, check that out. That is sick. Now, I'm hoping this isn't quite a synthetic cherry. Cap clicks into place, but we're gonna go straight on skin, get my first impressions. Let's do a test spray. Decent atomizer. I already smell it in the air. Now the marshmallow with the cherry and raspberry in here kind of gives it this mentholic opening off the top. Now, whether that's a good or bad thing, that's up for you guys to decide. Now, right off the arm, it reminds me of almost like a cherry cough drop with almost this marshmallow creaminess. Now, as it dries down, it does become smoother. You pick up a little bit of kind of the strawberry, raspberry sweetness, some vanilla, some musk. Is it well blended? Not necessarily. I mean, then again, this fragrance might have to maturate or mature. Love the presentation. But yeah, as this dries down, it becomes almost lighter, fresher, less alcoholic, I guess. Less mentholic, a little more smooth. So I'm gonna have to probably let this one sit. So yeah, this is a very playful fragrance. I would say more youthful than a mature style fragrance. Kind of puts me in that same headspace as like Ariana Grande, or there's an Escada fragrance out there, some sort of cherry Escada fragrance. It smells very similar to. I think if you're looking for something playful, yet youthful, flirtatious, this is definitely one to check out. But yeah, as it dries down and settles, it becomes more wearable for at least me. I love cherry fragrances, but the thing with cherry, you have to nail it perfectly right. And there's maybe a handful of cherry fragrances that I would go out and say are great cherry fragrances. So for Cherry Kokomo, it is a sweet, fruity cherry rose, vanilla powdery citrus, white floral fragrance. Yeah, I could see that. I don't really pick up any of the white florals. Definitely a little powdery, more marshmallow, sweet, fruity, fresh. Cherry Kokomo by Gulf Orchid is a fruity floral fragrance that blends juicy cherry, raspberry, and mandarin in the opening. The hearts feature a combination of cherry, rose, white flower, and marshmallow. While the base settles into a musk, vanilla, and ambergris, the composition invokes a playful and sweet beachside atmosphere. Yeah, definitely like I was saying before, and now that I think of it with that description, there's definitely some sort of florals that gives it this beachy feel, like a lot of the beach party-esque style fragrances. All right, let's get into the notes. So cherry, raspberry, mandarin at the top, more cherry in the middle, marshmallow, rose, white blossom, vanilla, musk, and ambergris. Now, the unique thing about this fragrance is, honestly, you can pick up a lot of those notes individually, which is usually a good sign in a perfume or fragrance. But we're gonna read some of the comments. So, well, first of all, they do compare it to that Cherry Escada. They also compare it to REM, R-E-M, Cherry Eclipse by Ariana Grande. Yeah, there's a couple other fragrances. Electric Cherry, I would think not so much. Now, the very first comment, this smells like sweet medicinal cherry mothballs. I don't really get any marshmallow or vanilla. It's cherry, heavy rose, and ambergris. I've had it for just a week. Maybe I need to let it sit a while, but as of now, it's a big no. I see it. I completely see it. Now, the next comment. I really like this when it first came on, cherries and sweetness everywhere, but there's something in the dry down that makes me taste it. I think it's the musk. I'll test it out on clothes next. Maybe the musk won't bug me then. The next comment. Not sure how I feel about this one. You don't get the cherry at first, and it hits strong after a couple minutes with the notes of mandarin, but there's definitely rose and vanilla. I agree. As it dries down, it starts to become more wearable, like I said previously. Another comment, it smells exactly like REM Cherry Eclipse by Ariana Grande, and I love it. And that's pretty much it. Is this a newer release? 2025. Okay, I thought it came out a couple years ago. But yeah, overall, I think we're 0 for 2 the last couple weeks. First impressions on Cherry Kokomo by Gulf Orchid. I hate to do this, but transparency is what we're about on this channel. I gotta give it a 3 out of 10. Yeah, 3 out of 10 for Cherry Kokomo by Gulf Orchid. And guys, comment down below what you picked up at your Burlington's, Ross, or Marshall stores. I'm super curious to know what's out there, what I don't see or hear about. But as always, guys, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications so you don't miss the next drop. And as always, stay clean, stay fresh, and the world is much love, guys.